Oshinoko finally came, and holy f***ing hell, it was fire, from the animation to the plot twist to the f***ing ending and the banger song at the end. Everything was amazing and done way better than manga. It was a 19 minutes long episode, but it was worth it. Every second of this anime was great and none of it was out of place. And it was created with pure love, and that is why it made it as the best first episode ever in anime history. I never saw anything like this, and if they make the entire anime like this and keep the quality, Oshinoko will be the anime of the year. The start of this anime tricks your brain with colorful image and idols dances. This anime might look like a typical happy slice of life idol anime, but that is not true. Oshinoko will talk about one of the worst parts of our world we live in, and that is the entertainment industry. To be more accurate, we will see the harsh reality behind the cameras and the lies hidden behind the smiles, and an uncensored explanation of the entertainment system. And it's not only about the creators, it's also about the fans. Now let's talk about the first and some parts of the second episode, which ranked number 1 in my anime list. The first thing I want to talk about is how much I relieved from the worries that Studio Doga Kobo don't give us the quality we want to see. Usually when I talk about an anime, I start with the story and the characters. But this time, I want to start from the animation and art style. In episode 1, we see different types of art style for different moments and situations, like when Ruby finally accepted her life is different from the previous life and decided to live, Aqua seeking for revenge, or even I learn what real love is. All of these emotions have their own moments with their own animation art style, but the animation art style purpose isn't to just create beauty. Their main purpose is to show us those emotions in the most accurate way possible, and shows us how does it look like from the outside and the inside at the same time. It can be as colorful as Ruby's finding desire to live and doing the things she couldn't do, or as dark and gray as Aqua's desire to revenge her mother's death. All of these emotions are the reason why the main plot created to begin with. If Goro never met Sarina to carry her emotions towards Ai, if Goro never decided to protect Ai because of those emotions, Goro was alive and didn't born as Aqua, and then he couldn't see Ai's death. In conclusion, Goro didn't seek revenge, and that is why emotion is important element of this story. It's all about emotions, and nothing can carry these emotions more than characters and the voice acting. Voice actors did their job perfectly, especially Ai's voice actor, Miss Rei Takahashi. She absolutely nailed her role as Ai. She voiced her character so perfect. She made us laugh, she made us cry, and for interesting fact, she said herself that she is a fan of the manga. But most important thing we need to remember about Ai is she showed us the difference between fake and true love. She showed us how to care, how to love one another. Doesn't matter who that person is. It might be absurd to love someone like the fan who stabbed Ai and accept him, but she wanted to do it anyway, and that is how much innocent she was. No matter how much she lied to people, no matter how selfish she could have been, she still wanted to love people, especially her kids. Aqua and Ruby are both reincarnated as Ai children and became part of her life. They helped her to realize what true love is, and that is not the only thing. They improved her performance, they improved her life, and the sad fact is neither Ruby or Aqua will not realize that how much their mother was happy to have them. Another thing we need to remember is Aqua and Ruby are not her actual kids, but don't get me wrong, by DNA test and blood the twins are Ai's children, but they only know her as Ai the idol, not the mother. If I want to be more accurate, they see Ai as the idol they admire. The same thing can be said about Ai. Ai looked at them as a tool to finally achieve her dream, and that is to understand love and having a family for her own. The relation wasn't real, but the emotion behind it was real. Ai managed to understand what true love is. She was able to say to both of them, I love you. And this I love you isn't the same as what she says to her fans. This I love you was special because it wasn't a lie and she actually meant it. She loved both of them more than anything in that moment. And in that moment, Aqua and Ruby's reason to live died with her. Now Ruby wanted to be what her mother was, to be the first class idol. And Aqua wanted to revenge her mother and kill his father. Now let's look deeper in the twins. I want to go ahead and separate this part into sections. After and before Ai's death. Before the accident, Aqua and Ruby both were living in Wonderland. They didn't care about anything, and in actual they were kids. Despite Aqua was an adult and Ruby was a teenager. They both had life experiences, but Aqua's life experience was more than her sister. But still, they acting like kids. Despite they must act like this, so no one can suspect them, they also want to act like this so they can keep being Ai's children. And in those times, everything was simple for them. So they didn't know the dangers and harsh reality of entertainment industry until I died, and after that they turned back to be who they were in their past lives. Ruby dealing with her emotions as a teenager and Ruby dealing emotionally as well, but in silence and as an adult. Now 10 years later, Aqua acting like a big brother and Ruby acting like a little sister. Despite both of them having same age. Ruby wants to continue her mother's path to becoming an idol, while Aqua secretly tries to stop her, and his goal is to find and kill his father and trying to protect her sister, because his father was the one who gave away the location of the hospital and where she was with the kids to the stalker who stabbed Ai. A decade passed and Ruby moved on from the incident, while Aqua didn't move on, and the reason for this is the amount of love he had for Ai, and this love is a mix of Goro's / Aqua's love with Sarina's love. Remember, Goro carried Sarina's emotion towards Ai with him, to don't forget her, and now those emotions mixed up with his own emotions, and because of this huge amount of love he's gathered and created hatred, a hatred so strong that turned his star color to black. The same thing happened to Ai, but we only saw it once. In the end, Oshi no Ko without a doubt will be the anime of the year, because of the great story, relatable and beautiful characters, and great animations. I'm planning to make a video only about Ai Hoshino, so make sure you will subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss the video, and also if you enjoyed this content, please like the video and share it with others. Until another video, Bedrut.